Welcome back, Straight Talkers. Have you ever wondered why some kids struggle with big emotions or problematic behaviors while others don't? A lot of people talk about nature versus nurture, but what does that actually mean? And how does it apply to our own children? Many times when talking with parents, they'll tell me how their two children are completely opposite when it comes to how they process and handle situations. One typically is able to go with the flow and is able to be a little carefree when they go about their day, while the other struggles with transitions and has big emotions over seemingly small changes. This often leads us parents feeling confused and can lead to us questioning why this happens. Today, I'm going to talk about the biosocial theory, which is often taught in dialectical behavior therapy, or DBT, and we're going to learn how it relates to the emotions and behaviors our children display. First, let's define what bio and social mean. Bio refers to our biological makeup, our genetics, intelligence, personality traits, basically those factors that are inherited. When we talk about the bio, this is often what people refer to when they speak of nature. Social, on the other hand, refers to your social environment, how we were raised, our early childhood experiences, the social relationships we have with family, friends, teachers, coaches, therapists, and others in our life. When we speak of social, this is what people refer to when they speak of nurture. DBT's biosocial theory suggests that your child's difficulties are based on these two factors, the bio and the social, or the nature and the nurture, or the genetics and the environment. Generally speaking, it's believed that the biological makeup of your child, plus an invalidating environment taken in combination, can lead over time to problems with behaviors and emotions. There is evidence on brain scans that children who have big, extreme emotions and behaviors have certain areas in their brains that light up differently than those who don't have those difficulties. Their brains are wired differently, which leads them to be more biologically vulnerable to everyday emotions. There are 3 factors to look at that, when taken individually and definitely in combination, make your child more prone to these big emotions and problematic behaviors. The first is having high emotional sensitivity. And a way to think about this is when we compare two people's reactions to loud noises. Going to a monster truck show might be totally fine for one person, while another person can't tolerate it because the noise is so loud and overwhelming. Their experience might be very different based on their sensitivity to that sound. The same goes for how people experience emotions. Some children feel their emotions more quickly than others, and seemingly small and trivial things can be very triggering and get under their skin more quickly. The second factor is high emotional reactivity. What this looks at is how intensely we feel our emotions. In addition to being sensitive to emotions, some children are very reactive to their emotions. They experience their emotions powerfully, right? They don't just feel down, irritated, or nervous. They feel profoundly depressed. They rage with anger, and they become overwhelmingly panic-stricken. The third factor is being slow to return to baseline, meaning our child is slow to calm down after becoming upset. For example, it might take some children only 5 to 10 minutes to calm down when experiencing emotions, while others, it might take hours or even days. So the 3 factors leading to a biological vulnerability to emotions are 1, high sensitivity, 2, high reactivity, and 3, a slow return to baseline. Now let's jump into the environment. The main point to understand when talking about the environment is the concept of validation and invalidation. Validation is when we confirm, verify, authenticate, and understand someone's emotional experience, while invalidation is when we disconfirm, discount, delegitimize, or communicate that what someone is feeling doesn't make sense. An invalidating environment can either punish or reinforce someone's emotional experience, which leads to either suppression or escalation of emotions and behaviors. When evaluating the environment a child is in and the temperament or those biological factors that they have, whether it's at home, school, or in the community, we see for some reason or another that there's a poor fit. When someone is emotionally intense, are unable to effectively regulate their emotions, and are put in an invalidating environment, emotional dysregulation results, meaning big emotions, self-critical thoughts, and destructive behaviors. This often snowballs and compounds over time and leads to worsening invalidation and worsening emotional dysregulation as the child continues to grow and develop. The good news is that DBT is a form of therapy that helps with both of these domains, teaching children how to better regulate their emotions, in addition to teaching everyone within the home how to better validate those around them. If DBT is a form of therapy that you feel like would be beneficial for you and your child to know more about, make sure to hit that subscribe button, as many of our future videos will be focused on the skills and concepts that are commonly taught in DBT. If you have any topics that you'd like to hear more about, put your ideas in the comment section. Otherwise, head on over to the next video to find out more ways that you can help your child live their best life.